Hello everybody, and welcome back to the GCM garage. We're going to have a look today at a special on tire cutting. I have completely cured my phobia for tire cutting with this project, and as you know, we like to build a lot of scale trucks here, and today we're working on this 56 Ford. This is a 56 Ford from Proline. And we've got the body just started here. There's just the beginnings of the paint is on, and there's no trim or lights or anything in it yet. But we were looking to put it on the 410 frame here, and then somehow get some nice stock looking tires to match. This body and this truck build will have a full box with a wood bed and a full interior. And we're looking to get a wheel that's going to have a good looking stock look. Something that you would see going down the road or a farm truck, and we're looking to have a tire size that's just right to fit into this wheel well opening, which is actually kind of an odd size on this 56 Ford. So with the kind of a squarish look, now we've added a little rubber fender on here, as you can see, just to give it a little bit of trim, and that helps out quite a bit with the look of the truck. But for tire choices, we had a look at all the 1.9 stuff. I mean, we have these aluminum stock 1.9s here, a GCM, and of course, as you can see, you put a 1.9 rim and a standard 1.9 tire in here, and that's way too big. So, I mean, the next option was to go for a 1.9 rim, but then use a much smaller diameter tire. So, this tire here is a RC four-wheel drive rock creeper, and you can see it's considerably smaller than a 1.9 flat iron would be. This tire is about a 3.5 diameter and 3.8 I guess, and the flat iron is a 4.2 inch diameter, so it's quite a bit smaller. But you can see when we fit that in there, it definitely fits in the wheel well better, but the rim size is still too big. It doesn't look scale. So if we put that aside and have a look, I mean, what are the options now? If we go to a 1.55 wheel, this is an RC four-wheel drive Steely, and these are fantastic rims for getting that scale 15-inch wheel look. And this body is actually kind of a would fit a 15-inch rim. So the body itself is probably a 1/10 scale. This is a rim that would be about a 15-inch wheel, and you can see there's a lot of wheel well in here now. If we start putting these dirt grabbers on here, we're going to end up with a tire that's almost too small for the build. So as a four-wheel drive truck, we needed a little more tire, and instead of going to buy some MTZs or something like that to fit on these rims, we thought we would actually just take the tires that we want to use, which is the rock creepers, and bring them down to a tire diameter that would fit onto this rim and also fit the proportions of the body. Well, how do you do that? I mean, we have a flat iron at 4.3, we have a rock creeper at 3.8, we need a tire that's considerably bigger than the RC four-wheel drive dirt grabber, which is only at 3 inches. Very small tire. So we needed a tire that was like this. 3.3, bigger than the 3-inch dirt grabber, and a little bit more meat on the tire, a little bit more tread. So this is what we're looking for. So how do you get this rock creeper tire to come down to a 3.3 diameter? Well, you cut it. We cut 4 lugs out of the tire, and you can see how this works. That's how it is. So we cut this much out of this tire, and it was no more complicated than we just located the spot between the lettering where there was a slot in the tire with no lettering, so that when we glue it back together, it'll have a nice match. And we're actually just going to cut the tire right off. So in this case, we're using our Lexan scissors, and we're going to cut the tire straight across the top, just like that, and match it up on the other side. There we go. Now we'll count our 4 lugs here. So we've got the double notch lug here. We're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4. Take out the 4th lug and make sure you cut it on the proper side of the next lug, so when you glue it together you've got the right amount of material left. We'll give this a cut here, all the way around over the top, this tire, the pattern on the tread works really well for cutting. We can actually take off just the right amount of tread here to get these to match up perfectly. Just do a little trim on this, make it straight. Just like that. Alright. Now, to glue the tire back together, all you need to do is hit this thing up with a little bit of CA and put an elastic on it, and you get this. So we put some CA on the edge of the tire right here, just a little line of CA, and then you just touch them together so that the glue will connect the treads. And then when you have a chance, you get your elastic out and you put your elastic over the tire like this. That's it. You let that thing sit for a half an hour, and that's going to be glued on there real solid. After these are glued, these are really strong. I mean, that's the joint right there. And they are surprisingly strong. I didn't really believe that this could be this well done and this easy, but it really is this easy. It was just a really thin amount of CA on the joint and an elastic and 20 minutes of time, and there you go, you're done. Now, this is the perfect size now for our 1.55 Steely. And, I mean, come on, this looks hot. Like, this is a nice beefy off-road tire. We've got a nice looking original equipment 15-inch size rim for our 10th scale truck. And as you can see, we've got one mounted up here on the 410 frame. You know? There you go. This looks hot. Right here. This is one hot unit. So, we've got a nice off-road tire now. It fills the wheel well real nice. When we get our body mount on here, it'll be just about this exact height. We're probably going to have it lifted just the smallest amount, right about there. And the truck is going to have a nice looking stock size tire to match the size of the body. The wheels fit inside the wheel well, so when we're doing our cornering and stuff, we're actually going to clear the wheel well. And it's got a really nice looking old-fashioned stock look. So that's the solution right there, is cutting 4 lugs out of the tire. I'm really happy with how these turned out. And as you can see, this is it's just a fantastic way to make use of a set of tires that weren't quite the right size. So I highly recommend the tire cutting method. Taking 4 lugs out of a rock creeper, for instance, gives you just the right tire for a 1.55 rim. And we're really excited to get going on the rest of this build. And also excited to make use of these tires that we already had, and make use of the rims that we already had. Unfortunately, our original tire size was just a bit too small, so I think we fixed it. This looks great. And that's our edition of tire cutting for the GCM garage.